What is up, YouTube? Welcome to PanFro Games. And in today's video, we're going to be covering the best shiny hunting locations for each Pokemon Violet version exclusive. And I'm very excited because this channel has been focusing tons on Pokemon Scarlet, but pretty much we haven't covered any of the Violet mons, so I want to rectify that today. And of course, guys, if you're new to the channel and enjoy my type of content in general, please leave a like, subscribe if you're new, and consider becoming a channel member today by hitting that join button below. And now we're going to dive right into our very first shiny hunt, and that's going to be for Shiny Gulpin, who is the mono poison type Pokemon. Now for shiny hunting Gulpin, we are going to be making a poison type sandwich as already made. You can follow the recipes on screen here. There's two good methods. You can either do the noodle and the 2 salties, or you can do the 3 green bell peppers, 1 cucumber, 1 pickle method as well, with 2 any herba mystica for the level 3. You don't need level 3, but it does increase your shiny odds. Now for Gulpin, we are right outside of Artizone. We are on Artizone West, and we're doing a town reset. If you don't know what a town reset is, we're going to go into the town and then come back out until we get the new title at the top, which is South Province Area 3. And we're just going to keep on looking around until we eventually get our shiny Gulpin. So pretty much we only spawn Gulpins here. However, if you are looking at the road in the middle here, you do get some other Pokemon, but the Gulpin spawns are still great. And I like this more than the lake area in general too, because the lake gives you clusters of Toxicroak and Croagunk as well, which I think is very counterproductive. So this is going to be much easier overall. Now the shiny for Gulpin is very obvious. Instead of the green body, it's going to be a blue body. So you're not going to really miss this. You got to wait for the blue Gulpin. And of course, you always want to save before doing these type of shiny hunting methods. So if you do happen to waste your sandwich, don't get the shiny in the 30 minutes, you can just reload your save, you're going to be good to go, and then you can keep trying the shiny hunt. And now for our next one, we're going to be going to Porto. And at this Pokemon Center here, we're going to want to make a water type sandwich, which I have, which is the reason why we are surrounded by PaldeanTauros. Now the reason why I want to make a water type sandwich and not a fighting type sandwich is if you do a water type sandwich in this area, you guarantee the leader Tauros being here. And in Violet, the leader Tauros is going to be the Aqua Bred Tauros. Now from the Pokemon Center, I actually personally like going down to the left and going into this contained area to hunt. And in the middle of each pack, you're going to see 1 leader Tauros, and you're going to be getting 5 spawns per pack. And to tell the shiny on these guys is a little bit hard. But the thing is, the face on the Pokemon is going to be really black. Like the full body is going to be black, except for the mane. The mane is going to be a little bit of a lighter color. So it's sort of going to be like an inverse of the black and the grays that the Tauros currently have. And the big thing is, like, once you actually see the shiny, you'll know it's shiny for sure. It's just one of those that's a little bit harder to see until once you actually see it in game yourself. But I like this area because if you do a zigzag method, you're going to get a good amount of the breed Tauros, especially if you like turn your camera around from you. And it's a nice contained area. It's a very easy area to just go back and forth from. You get a good amount of spawns as well. And I don't think this is any easier in the daytime or nighttime. Maybe a little bit easier at the nighttime because you don't have to deal with weird shadows. But as you can see, just walking around, you're getting a bunch of spawns. And there's also a good chance you'll get a shiny regular PaldeanTauros just because you are getting so many spawns. So good luck on this hunt. But this is not the only water type hunt that we can do with this water sandwich. Now with the water type sandwich, you can also hunt for Clauncher. Notice though, I have a Clauncher outbreak. And with a water type sandwich, you're going to want to spawn a Clauncher outbreak. And the reason being is Clauncher is a mono water type Pokemon. And if you're not doing an outbreak method, it's going to be really difficult to get this Pokemon because there's so many water types out there. So my recommendation to try to get this outbreak to spawn in general is to go where they normally do spawn, which is going to be the middle of the West Ocean, pretty much up and down on this side of the map here. And then eventually by doing the method, which if you don't know how to do the outbreak reset method, we're going to go to system settings. We're going to go all the way down to system, then we're going to hit date and time, and then we're going to hit date and time again. Make sure synchronized clock is turned off, and then we're going to hit OK here. You could move the time backwards one, but you don't necessarily have to. You can just hit OK, and then you'll be good to go on that too. I'm not going to change mine because I already got the outbreak going for me. And when we are doing a mass outbreak, it is very important for you to knock out 60 Pokemon, and I would actually use a counting app or something like that to make sure you knocked out 60 just to help you out. And the reason why you do 60 is because you get an additional 2 shiny rolls, so that's going to be really helpful. And once you've knocked out 60, you just want to keep resetting the spawns by either doing a picnic reset, a town reset, or just a run around method, just so you make sure you get 15 new spawns every single time. And eventually you'll probably get yourself your shiny Clauncher. And there we go. We knocked out our 60 Claunchers, and eventually I got myself the shiny right over here. So there we go. Shiny Clauncher, definitely a beauty. I love this Pokemon. I love the red on it. It's a very dope one for sure. And I'm incredibly happy we got it. So like I said, do this one with an outbreak method. Save yourself the time and pain, and hopefully you get your shiny Clauncher within a sandwich or two. Now for our next shiny hunt, we're gonna go for Misdreavus here. And Misdreavus pretty much spawns throughout the entire game, and I have to say it is one of the easiest Pokemon to get. And of course, we're gonna be making a ghost type sandwich. You can see the recipe on the screen here. So for Misdreavus, you can either try to isolate hunt it around this pool right here, which is a really good spot, but of course it's one of the best Pokemon that gets a mass outbreak because it's so common that you can just very easily reset with this. Even without a sandwich for a ghost type Pokemon, you'll probably get a Misdreavus outbreak because they spawn pretty much in every zone in the game. But for this spot right here, I'm right across the river from the bug type city, and you can see we get a lot of Misdreavus here, which is pretty cool. And pretty much they spawn above the water here, and they also spawn pretty much like to the sides of the water. So if you want to do a reset method here, you can. It's a pretty decent one too. You know, just pretty much set up like a good view where you can see the lake here, and we're going to set up a picnic. And pretty much being back here is going to remove the other Pokemon spawns, and you're going to be about getting 10 to 15 Misdreavus spawns above this water. Now, shiny Misdreavus is very easy to tell, so you don't have to like squint or anything for like that. It's going to be a puke green color, as you can see on the screen here, and it's going to be relatively easy. Like I said, if this spot doesn't work out for you, then I just recommend doing a mass outbreak, because mass outbreak hunts are relatively easy. It's essentially a guaranteed shiny once you knock out 60 of them and start resetting the 60 spawns there. And our next ghost type Pokemon hunt is going to be for the pseudo legendary Dreepy. And for this one, I think it's easiest to actually go into area 0. And we're going to be at research area 4 right out here. So make your ghost type sandwich outside of area 0, then go to research area 4. And then from here, you can actually see a bunch of Dreepies just around the area. You can actually just like walk around and pretty much get Dreepy spawns and clusters with Dracolock, which is going to be relatively easy as well. Now, if you want another easy method in this location, you can actually drop off and go to the water area. As in the water area, the only Pokemon that's going to really spawn out here again is going to be Dreepy and Dracolock. And it's a little bit easier out here because you can see there's a lot more coming on around this area too. You're going to get a pretty much a bigger area for them to spawn in, and you can just really bike around here, and it's going to be super easy. Now, the shiny for Dreepy is going to be super noticeable, as it's going to have yellow pointed like ears instead of the red, so it's going to be pretty bright and easy to notice. And the Dracolock's going to be very similar to that as well. So this is a great spot to hunt for both of these pseudo-legendary Pokemon. Now, our next shiny hunt is going to be for the Passiman, which is a mono fighting type. So we're going to be making a fighting type sandwich. Now, as you can see, we're going to be in Lag Tree Thicket, or you can say Tag Tree, but this place is still laggy and it's crazy. But this entire forest is going to be the only fighting type Pokemon that spawns, and it spawns in clusters as well. So you don't really need a reset method. You can just actually just drive around, and you're going to see a bunch of Passimians coming up. And shiny Passimian is going to be very obvious. It has like orange and blue colors to it, so it's really going to stick out in a crowd as well. And you can either be on the left side of the forest or the right side of the forest. Both sides of the forest are going to have Passimian group spawns, which is pretty phenomenal. And you can do a picnic reset in this area as well, but I actually think this is one of the easier ones to just run around and hunt, just because they're so massive and they do get a lot of spawns. Now, I'll say when you're next to the river, you won't be getting Passimian spawns, so you want to make sure you're actually deep into the forest. But if you are like right on the river's edge, you're going to get a completely different spawn pool, so keep that in mind. But we want to get past these guys, and then now we're back on the north side of the forest here, and we're going to be getting Passimian spawns coming in as well here. So pick your side. It's you run around and you'll eventually get your shiny monkey. And for our next hunt, we're going to go in for the pseudo legendary Bagon line. And for this one, we're going to be in East Province Area 3, and we're going to be pretty much in this area right here, right underneath the river. And there's an exploit location for Bagon right here. So one, make a dragon type sandwich like always, so you can get the crazy spawns. And you can see a lot of them already coming in through here. Now we're going to go into this cave, and we're going to go to the right side of this cave. And when you see this dude at the end, that means you know you're in the right location, and we're getting a good amount of Bagons. Now, we need to make a reset location, so I'm just going to go up here and do a picnic. And if you get a message that says you're too close to the guy, just move up. But you pretty much want to be close to the entrance of this room here. And if you position it right, like we did here, looks like, you're going to get pretty much only Bagon spawning through this cave wall, which is really cool. And you can actually get 15 Bagons coming out here. Sometimes they're fast coming out, sometimes they're slow. But this is a really chill, pretty much a guarantee shiny, because you're going to guarantee yourself getting your 15 spawns here. Just wait for them to keep coming, and when they stop coming out, just hit that picnic reset and you're good to go. Now, shiny Bagon is going to be super easy for you to tell, as the blue body is going to be green. So you can pretty much hang out here for a full sandwich and get yourself the entire shiny family with pretty much a near automatic shiny. And for our last non-shiny Paradox hunt, we are going to be going for Esicue. And the best spot for Esicue is going to be on the North Beach here. And I recommend, one, making a nice type sandwich to get all these spawns. And you're going to see there's a crap ton of these Esicue. There's so many of them, and the shiny is going to be very obvious. It's going to be a pink Esicue shiny. We've already actually covered this Pokemon on the channel before, but there is a really good reset spot right here. If you just want to go into the pretty much the ocean here, you can just do a picnic reset, and you can essentially just reset and pan your camera in a 360 spin, and eventually you'll get your shiny Esicue. And because it's the only Pokemon that's going to spawn within the ocean here, you're just going to get about 15 of these guys. And you're about to get most of them pretty much behind you within this sandy area. And yeah, just keep on picnic resetting and eventually get this shiny. This is definitely going to be one of the easier ones. However, with an ice type sandwich, this is a perfect transition to the other penguin Pokemon that we can hunt that's exclusive to Pokemon Violet. And next up, we're going to be covering the Paradox Pokemon. Now, I wanted to make this separate section as it's pretty important to hunt the Paradox Pokemon. That one, you cannot make a picnic within Area 0. So I recommend flying to the 0 gate, and I'm right at the 0 gate, and you can actually set up your picnics here as well. Now, the first Pokemon we're going for is going to be Mr. Iron Bundle. And as you can see, we already have an ice type sandwich, but you can do an ice type sandwich or a water type sandwich for this Pokemon here. And now, once you have made your sandwich, we are going to be going down to this particular location for about the next 5 Paradox Pokemon, because Violet has an incredible amount of shiny Paradox Pokemon you can hunt in one easy reset location. We're going to be going down to Research Station number 4 right here. And then from this research station, we're going to be able to do a sort of like, I would say, a ghetto reset, but it works phenomenally well. So because we have the ice type sandwich, we're only going to be seeing iron bundles right around here when we're running around, which is going to be really nice. But, you know, why run around when we can do a nice reset? So we're going to be going over to the right side here. So we're going to see this little sign here, and we're going to take a right. From the right side here, we're going to be going directly in front of us onto these 2 crystals. So we're going to glide over. And we're not going to actually get spawns on these crystals, but that's okay, because our spawns are going to be the right to this rock right over here. And at this rock, when we move forward to it, like about to the edge, we're going to be getting 15 spawns exclusively of Iron Bundle, because once again, we do have the ice type sandwich. But once again, this also works with the water type sandwich for this Pokemon too. Once you get your 15 spawns, you're going to run back all the way to the back here. And we're going to come back forward. And then we're going to get another set of new spawns. Now, Iron Bundle, and just like any other Violet Paradox Pokemon, all their shinies are the same, that they're going to be chrome colored. So instead of seeing this red, you're going to see one that is going to be all silver chrome color, which is really easy to tell. And this is a phenomenal reset area. And like I said, you can get 5 of the 7 Paradox Pokemon in this spot. We'll be covering all of them in a moment. But this is going to be super easy. Iron Bundle is a phenomenal Pokemon, so definitely do this method. And once again, we're in research area 4, and now we have an electric type sandwich, meaning we're only going to be getting Iron Hands out here. And of course, we are going to the area where we can crystal reset for a shiny Iron Hands, which is once again on top of these 2 crystals. And then we're going to do the back and forth method until we get eventually our shiny Iron Hands. Now, an electric type sandwich is going to be pretty good because not only you can get Iron Hands, but you can also get Iron Thorns here. So this is like a 2-for-1 deal in general in Area 0, but only here in this spot that you can actually get Iron Hands. Now, the shiny for Iron Hands is actually right there. It is full chrome. It does not have a blue head. And we managed to get the shiny Iron Hands immediately. You can see the big difference is it is full chrome, meaning looking at the other ones here, does not have the blue head, does not have the blue pants either. And that's a shiny Iron Hands done. That was fast and easy. I mean, sometimes you get that crazy shiny luck. And let's move on to our next shiny hunt. So our next shiny hunt is going to be Iron Thorns by using an electric type sandwich. So you just did the Iron Hands, then you can easily just continue your sandwich. And from research area 2 right here, we're going to be going up and to the left. And there's a bunch of other Pokemon that do spawn. There's the Passiman line, Raichus, Iron Thorns. However, when you are going to this mountain area, you're only going to be getting Iron Thorns spawning, and you're gonna get a lot of Iron Thorns. Now, shiny Iron Thorns is very obvious. Instead of the green body, it's gonna be a chrome color. Now, you don't only have this area. You can actually run up this wall here, so you're gonna have to run up and then jump and then climb up here as well. It can be a little bit iffy to get the climbing to actually occur, but once it actually happens, you'll be able to get to another mountainous zone where it's gonna be only Iron Hands again. So you can just filter through these 2 areas and see, okay, I don't see the shiny. Now I'm just going to go down the slope here, which is much easier going down than up, that's for sure. And then you should see, okay, there's a bunch of Iron Thorns. Is there my shiny? No shiny. Shiny's going to be chrome once again, so super obvious to tell. And hopefully you get this shiny within a sandwich or 2. And once again, we're at research area 4 with a flying type sandwich. And with this one, we're going to be able to hunt for Iron Jugulis. Now we are going to go back to the crystal spot because it is once again the best spot to hunt this Pokemon with a flying type sandwich in Pokemon Violet. So we're going to go to the right. We're going to jump onto the crystals here and get onto the secondary crystal, and then we'll be able to get our 15 spawns when we're in front of the crystal right here. And Iron Jugulis, super easy to notice. The black on it is going to be a full chrome color if we get that shiny. And we're going to go back, and we're going to go back and forth until we eventually get our shiny Pokemon. Hopefully you get this within a sandwich or 2. And next up, we're going to shiny from for Iron Treads with a steel type sandwich. And you can see there's tons of these Iron Treads out here. It's going to be relatively easy to see the shiny because the shiny, once again, is going to be a chrome color instead of like the silver gray that it currently has. So instead of that gray, it's going to be more of a brighter steel color. And once again, we're going to the crystal location because it's going to be super easy to hunt for this thing. And once again, we're going to be going towards the front of this crystal here. We're going to get our 15 spawns of our Iron Treads. And then when we get our 15 spawns, we're going to come back down, and we are going to be going to the back and going to the front, and hopefully get your Iron Treads within a sandwich or 2. And now we have a fairy type sandwich with encounter level 3, of course. And we're going to be shiny hunting for Iron Valliant here. Now, Iron Valliant is going to be once again spawning in the phenomenal crystal reset area where we can very easily shiny hunt for this thing. And Iron Valliant with a fairy type sandwich is going to be the only thing that spawns on this rock too. And the shiny for it is going to be similar to all the other iron ones, where it's going to be full on a chrome shiny. So we go to the front of this rock, and we're just going to be looking for a full chromed out Iron Valliant. After we get our 15 spawns, we don't see a shiny. We're going to be going back and forwards. And the shiny for this is super easy because essentially if the green head is just going to be silver, then you know you got your shiny. So any green aspect of it that's going to be chromed out, then you're going to have your shiny right there. And for our final shiny hunt, we're going to be doing Iron Moth. And Iron Moth can be isolated shiny hunt by going to research area 1 and by using a fire type sandwich. Now, once you've done the fire type sandwich, we're going to be going down to the left, and we're going to see a bunch of Iron Moths. Now, the shiny for Iron Moth can be rather difficult to tell, but essentially when you look at the Iron Moth, its antennae is going to be chrome color, its body is going to be chrome, and the red tips on the wings are also going to be chrome as well. So it isn't too hard to tell, but you do got to look at each Iron Moth. It's not going to be the most obvious thing. Now, from Research Area 1, you can just keep on going down this route past these trees here. You're going to see so many of them. And essentially, once you get to this mountainous area to the front of us, where we did the Iron Thorns hunt, that's where we're going to stop seeing the Iron Moth. So pretty much just do a couple of laps in between Research Area 1 and this rocky spawn area, and eventually you'll get your shiny Iron Moth. Now, this is probably going to be the hardest one to hunt for Pokemon Violet, so good luck to you guys, and hopefully you get it fast and easy. And of course, guys, if you enjoy my content, please leave a like, subscribe if you're new. I really appreciate it. And I'll catch you guys next time with more Pokemon content and other gaming action. Peace out and have a great one.